Hi folks, welcome to the lesson. We're going to be looking at how to compile a table of XY values using a calculator. It's a very effective tool, a great time saver. So let's crack on and get the job done. We have an equation here, it's a quadratic, y equals x squared plus 3x plus 2. And in the yellow table, I'm just telling you that those are the y values for the given x values. What do I mean by that? When x is -4, y is 6. So you put -4 into this expression, you get a y value of 6. If you put -3 into this expression, you'll get a y value of 2. So let's see how we actually calculate that. First of all, press the Mode Setup button on our calculator, and there it is flashing yellow for you. And that will appear on your screen. The option we wish to choose is option 3. And when we press option 3, this will appear on your screen. F open brackets x equals. And that F open brackets x, which we would call f of x, that really is the y value. So now we want to input that y equals x squared plus 3x plus 2. How do we actually type in letters into our calculator? Well, in order to enter x squared plus 3x plus 2, press the alpha button. There it is, highlighted in yellow. It's just next to the shift button on the top left-hand side of your calculator. And then press the bracket button, the right-hand bracket button. There it is. And when you press alpha and bracket, you find that x will appear on your screen. Now we want to square x because we want x squared, so we press the square button, and now on our screen we should have f of x equals x squared. We now want to add 3x, so we type plus 3, and then to input x, remember it's alpha followed by the bracket, and that inputs 3x. We also need to add 2, so we just type in plus 2 as normal, and on our screen we should have f of x equals x squared plus 3x plus 2. If we press the equals button, then we should obtain on our screen start question mark 1. It is asking if we want our first x value to be 1, but we don't. We want our first x value to be -4. So we press negative, the negative button highlighted yellow, and then 4, and then press the equal sign. When we do that, we end up with the end question, which is asking us whether we want our end x value to be 5. But we don't. Our last x value is 4, so we wish to input 4, so we press 4 followed by equals. And then we end up with another question which says, do you want the step to be 1? i.e., do you want your x values to increase by 1 each time? Which we do. So we just press equals. And when we press equals, that table should appear on our screen. And if you look at the table, we've got x is -4, y is 6. That's our first values in the table. We've got x of -3, y is 2. That's our second in the table, etc. So now we have our table of values in our calculator. And if you want to see more x and y values, you simply scroll down pressing the arrow button, which is this key here, and more x and y values will be revealed. Are we ready to try that with a second example? Well, first of all, press the Mode Setup button and then press 1 in order to set our calculator back into the normal mode. It's as if we haven't ever done a question like this before. Now we want our calculator in the table mode, so we press the Mode Setup button. When we do that, those are the three options given to us. Press 3 because we want the table option. And when we do that, this should appear on our screen. f of x equals. We wish to input x squared plus 2x plus 5. And you remember how to input x. Press alpha and then the right hand bracket button. And that will give us x on our screen. So we'll have f of x equals x. But we wish to input x squared, so we press the square button, and that will change the screen to f of x equals x squared. Now we want to add 2x, so we type in plus 2, and then to input x, we press the alpha button and the right hand bracket button. So our screen will read f of x equals x squared plus 2x. We now wish to add 5, so we simply type in plus 5 as normal. And when we press the equals button, we should have a question on the screen which says start ? 1. That is asking us if we wish our x values to start at 1. But we don't. We wish our x values to start at -4. So we type in negative followed by 4 and then press the equal. And when we do that, we end up with another question which is asking us, do we want our x values to end at 5? Which we don't. We want our x values to end at 4. So we type in 4 and equals. Press that into our calculators. We end up with another question, the step question, which is asking us, do we wish our x values to go up in steps of 1? Which we do. The x values are going up by 1 each time. So we press equals to say yes, we do. And when we press the equals button, this should appear on our screen, which is our table of values. Remember, the first column, these are the x values, -4, -3, 2. And the second column, 13, 8, and 5, they are the corresponding y values, 13, 8, and 5. In order to look at further y values and x values, we press the down arrow key, which is this button here, and that will be our full table of values given to us. And if there's anything about the video you haven't understood, just watch it back. And if you have, that's great, because that's the job done.